Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a bench press day, but a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below. It would be greatly appreciated. Alright, today we went with medium grip. Try to do nice long pauses here. And I'm testing 3 different grips. You guys notice on the max effort work, I'm only benching with pinkies on the rings, but I'm doing close grip, medium grip, and then pinkies on the rings, which is kind of my wider grip. So it had nice, good control here. Good pause, drove it up. I really could have made another weight jump, but I'm like, let me just be conservative with it so I can PR every time I hit these lifts again, right? So they'll go up each time. You know, I felt like I could have thrown another 10 pounds on there, easy. And anyone who disagrees with that, look at the bar. Don't even play. All right, afterwards, we did 5 by 5. Pause, and as the sets went on, I started doing longer and longer pauses with 250. So I went at 5 pounds from this last time, and I did supersets with these with 1 arm dumbbell rows, for the sake of brevity. And here's where I'm at. I'm kind of at the point where with all my training, I keep wanting to add more lifts in, just like I did on the deadlift day, but I need to go do the lifts that we know we need to do. I don't need to train more than what I know is enough to make progress. Okay, I'm going to state that again. I do not need to train more than is necessary to make progress. Now, I'm doing a lot of cardio right now because I am trying to slowly lean out. And so if I gain any progress, that's enough. If we're gaining progress, we don't need to train more. Because as advanced as I am, any progress is phenomenal. As long as my lifts are going up here or there just a tiny bit, hey, the difference is I'm not being beat up. So, I mean, really today's training, after the max bench, we did 5 sets of bench, 5 sets of rows, okay? I probably could have quit there. For supplemental work, I kept it real easy. I did 3 sets of 10 on 2 movements, and then 1 set of a couple smaller exercises. Okay, because I'm looking at where is our optimal volume. I have a bad habit. This is one reason I struggle with bench. I overtrain my benching. I overtrain my pressing. We don't need that much. I think that's limited me more than anything else, because look how strong my deadlift gets on fairly small amounts of total work, as long as it's very specifically picked work. Okay, my lifts are not proportionate. For what I deadlift, I really should be benching 405. So, this is what we're going to do. And so I'm looking at all of it, saying, how many sets per muscle? And I think rows should count for biceps. So I ended up only doing 1 set of curls. Is that enough to make gains? Well, with 5 sets of rows, 3 sets of upright rows, why wouldn't it be enough? We got 8 sets of multi-joint movements for my biceps. We just need to finish them. And all of it's geared towards grip now, too. I'm looking at saying, okay, how many exercises can I do that help my grip? Also, can I avoid lifting my arms above my head? For me, that's a problem. This is how I keep my shoulder health on point. When I quit saying, oh, man, I need to be doing some stuff, because I would love to do pull-ups. I would love to overhead press. Is it optimal for my shoulder health? I think it is. But watch as we get into these later sets of the benching. I start pausing more and more. In the last set, I tried to really pause every single rep. Get that pausing, that pause benching. This is what gets me powerful out of the bottom. I don't need tons and tons of shoulder work to do that. And I did do some shoulder work. We just don't need a lot. The pause benching, build the pecs and the delts out of the bottom that way. And if I can get a wider grip bench moving fast enough, I'm good. It's all about power out of the bottom. My closed grip is about lockout strength, triceps, but then we do tricep work. But this is the thing, when we talk about 10 to 20 sets a week, keeping in mind, half of it's done in each workout. Anything in that 5 to 10 set range on a double setup to where we're hitting everything twice is optimal. This is what the research, the data, almost the experts show, and your multi-joint movements count. Granted, my pecs are probably getting the least work, but triceps can handle more. So 5 sets of bench, but that max bench, do we count that as a set? I don't know. I think maybe we should. I think so. All right. How much tricep work do we really need? 4 total sets after. That's still putting me at 9 sets for triceps. Done twice a week is 18. We're in that 10 to 20. We're there. Rowing. A lot of grip work. All my back stuff's covered here. My lats don't need a lot. My lats grow from anything I do. The extra focus then needs to be some upper back and shoulders. Little biceps. So what do we do? Upright rows. Wider grip. I've kind of got my pinkies on the rings. Again, stopping at a range of motion that's safe on my shoulders. I went up because those were too easy, and I kept these pretty strict. So I went up to 135. Keeping it strict. And again, people could argue about the range of motion at the top, but that's not where the growth happens. Those lengthened positions. And I'm not compromising the shoulder. Not compromising the glenohumeral joint. No risk of hurting some of the rotators like the infraspinatus. Just 3 quality sets and just get stronger at these. All right, the first set was only 115, but I realized it was too light, so I went up to 135. Now these were hard. The last 3 reps were very difficult on those sets. All right, afterwards, what do we do? Skull crushers. All right, I quit trying to do them in the bench and just set them up here. All right, set them up here. 3 sets of 10. This is enough for optimal tricep growth, particularly combining it with a bench. I wanted to consider doing JM presses again, but I'm like, I don't know that I need to. I can rotate them back in eventually, and I might. I want to run the skull crusher for a little while. We got good studies combining the skull crusher with a bench for tricep growth. We've got good data on it. All right, 1 set of hammer curls. Now I went real heavy. I went with 52s. These were difficult. All right, technically we had 8 multi-joint movements that do hit the biceps. Let's just come in and finish them off. And a little extra grip training, a little extra forearm work. Keeping in mind, biceps have a lower work capacity than triceps. This is what the data over the years has found. They don't need a lot of sets. Triceps can handle more. They benefit from more. And they're a bigger muscle anyways, and they matter more for my benching. So we ended up doing 3 sets of the skull crushers. And then I finished them off because my tricep tendons feel a little funky at the end of these. Not like they're going to hurt, level, and inflamed, but I definitely feel them, and I feel those lower insertions a lot. So what did we do after these then? Well, we did these, and then I did band press downs to keep those tendons healthy, to get blood flow to it, hitting the triceps again from a different angle. My triceps are getting the highest amount of variation out of all these upper body muscles. Right? Because they tend to limit my benching, particularly my close gripping. And a lot of times if my shoulders do hurt or pec tendons do hurt, we go back and fall back on close grip even for meat. So keep those tendons healthy, keep those triceps strong. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.